looking live at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. The 25th edition of the Vegas Bowl. And it's come up aces. Mountain West champs San Diego State, 10-3. Against the upset kids, the Houston Cougars of the American Conference, 9-3. What a way to start off a college football feast. 40 games in 16 days. And what better place to start a party than Las Vegas. Viva, everybody. Welcome. I'm Brett Musburger with Jesse Palmer. Kaylee Hartung down below. Outstanding matchup.
We've had a chance to call a couple of these bowl games. I think the Las Vegas Bowl is one of my favorite every year because I feel like this is the game that really kind of kicks off the bowl season. What a matchup. I think this is one of the better under-the-radar bowl games this year between two phenomenal Group of 5 programs. Houston with some big wins in the last 2 years really has gained that national recognition they deserve. San Diego State, meanwhile, they've won back-to-back Mountain West Conference championships, and they feature a running back in Donnel Pumphrey, who today could break Ron Dayne's career NCAA rushing yardage record. It's going to be fun to watch.
And he could start early. San Diego State is going to receive the opening kickoff. Donnel Pumphrey will be out. His buddy Rashad Penny, who's 5 yards shy of 1,000, one of the best kick return men in the country, has got it. Breaks out and to the 25-yard line. And so Pumphrey, the story, just put his finger on it. Ron Dayne with the record. Pumphrey needs 108 yards. The countdown is about to begin. And Pumphrey is from right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Attended Canyon Springs High School. So what an opportunity before his family and friends to break the record. He's only 5'9", 180, playing in his final college game. And you are going to delight in watching him all day long. Motion. Good receiver, but Christian Chapman is sacked by Bowser.
Just off the ball, Tyus Bowser coming off the edge, and he ran right around fullback Nick Bodden. That's right over here. Just whiffs on the block, and Tyus Bowser with that speed able to get in on the quarterback Christian Chapman for a big sack here, setting the tone early.
San Diego State facing probably the best defensive front they've looked at all season long. 2nd and 16, paced by the All-American freshman, number 10, Eddie Oliver. Deep set eye formation. And here's Pumphrey, finds a seam, and you can see how quick he is on that initial burst. Adams with the stop, but they're coming uphill because of that first down sack.
Now sitting up, a 3rd and long scenario, and the identity of Houston's defense is to bring pressure, and it's pressure illusions. They line up a lot of guys at the line of scrimmage, look like they're bringing a bunch. They really only ever bring 4 or 5 guys. The problem is determining where it's coming from. They'll bring linebackers, safeties, and cornerbacks, trying to confuse the offensive line and quarterback. Look at this right here, all these guys standing up. Which ones are coming?
And both Pumphrey and Penny are on the field at the same time. Flush from the pocket, throws, and this will force a San Diego punt.
Come into this game, we're talking about Donnel Pumphrey and getting the record, but they're going to come out and run the football. That's what you expect, and the Aztecs decided to throw the ball twice on this first possession. Just too much pressure by the Houston Cougars defense, now setting up a punt.
Colin Wilder from Katy, Texas, the freshman, is back deep to return this punt. Tanner Blaine punting for the Aztecs. Rugby style punt. Fair catch called for at the 35-yard line. And so here comes one of a long line of wonderful quarterbacks at Houston. Here's your senior from Tyler, Texas, Greg Ward, and he's a good one.
Yeah, he's one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the country. Been that way for the last 2 years. He can hurt you throwing the football. I think this year has done a better job anticipating throws and making plays from the pocket, but he's also the team's leading rusher. You're going to see him today on design quarterback runs. You're also going to see him on scrambles, extending the play. The only quarterback in the nation averaging 300 or more passing yards a game, along with 45 or more rushing yards.
Duke Catalan alongside him. Receiver in motion, catches the first pass, and he is hit immediately. The line of scrimmage, and that's Casey, outstanding defensive back. I see that Mel Kiper, ESPN.com, said keep an eye on Casey, and the NFL future could appear to be bright for that young defender. So we've got a second down. Ward swings back out to the other side with a wide receiver screen. Catalan motioning out of the backfield. And one thing about Greg Ward, and Jesse, you've touched on it, if things break down, he can really hurt you with his feet.
And the Aztecs are a defense that like to blitz, Brent, but you live and die by that, and it's dangerous when you're blitzing a quarterback with his mobility. So if you don't get home, he can make a guy miss and then hurt you running the football, take off, or scramble around to find a one-on-one opportunity. So how do the Aztecs here play him on third down?
Ward's going to throw deep downfield, incomplete, and that'll force a punt by the Cougars. Corbin, the intended receiver, and that's a story. Corbin is filling in for the suspended Chance Allen. Allen missed the second curfew last night, and he's been sent home.
Well, the Cougars had exactly what they wanted. They were able to block the blitz up, and they had the true freshman Corbin one-on-one with the safety Cameron Kelly, and a good throw by Greg Ward. That's one that Keith Corbin needs to be able to come up with.
Dane Roy will punt it for the Cougars. Truxton back deep. Line drive, return of a punt from the 15. Breaks a tackle, but not the second one. And he got him back by about the 12. And, well, what a story Donnel Pumphrey is. Let's go down below for more from Kaylee.
Well, Brent, Donnel Pumphrey has been making guys miss since his days playing Pop Warner. And as his high school career progressed, as he ran for more than 4,100 yards at Canyon Springs High School about 15 minutes from here, his high school coach, Hunky Cooper, now a receivers coach for San Diego State, knew he was special. But on his senior night at Canyon Springs, that was when Cooper saw Pumphrey cross a bridge. In the first play of that game, he hurt his ankle. As a result of that game, the Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Nevada missed the birth of his daughter. Sitting on the sidelines that night, Cooper saw the look in Pumphrey's eyes as he knew he had to live his life more for others than for himself.
And he is ripped down for a loss by Malvo, Cameron Malvo.
Well, he's going to have his work cut out for him trying to get this record, because Houston's defense statistically is the third best run defense in college football, and giving up a little bit less than 98 yards a game. They are big up front. They can beat blocks and eat blocks to free up linebackers and safeties playing downhill. And they've got that guy right there, Ed Oliver, number 10, a first-team All-American, true freshman nose guard that can penetrate. He's been living in the opponent's backfield.
Again hit in the backfield. That defensive front, number 10, Ed Oliver. What a story. That is his 20th tackle for a loss this season.
This is what I'm talking about right here. Unbelievable quickness off the ball, quick twitch. I would argue outside of Jalen Hurts, Ed Oliver has been the biggest impact true freshman in the entire country. Athletic, speed, strong. You mentioned it, 20.5 tackles for loss. He's also knocked down 9 passes this year, which leads any D lineman in the country. This guy, in my opinion, a future guaranteed top 5 pick.
Not much time. Sacked for the second time today, inside the 5-yard line.
Talk about the pressure illusions that Houston likes to line up with, and it's confusing San Diego State up front. That time, middle linebacker Matthew Adams was lined up right over the center, and nobody blocked him. He had a clear path to the quarterback, and right now, San Diego State offensively, they need to come up with a strategy to slow down this pass rush.
The Cougars winning the battle of field position. Rugby style. Wilder runs up on it, says stay away from it. They're going to get field position. Good decision by that punt return man. He did not run up and gamble on it. Well, it's first down and 10. New head coach Major Applewhite calling the plays for his offense. 44 yards away from pay dirt. Greg Ward keeps the ball in the air, complete on that first down pass to Bomber.
This offensive line has had their issues in pass protection this year for Houston. So one thing the Cougars like to do is move the pocket and give Greg Ward a clear sight to throw.
Second and 10. Pump fake to the right. Ward, great escapability. Sheds 2, 3, 4. But 5 and 6 finally bring the ball back to the ground.
It's going to be so challenging for San Diego State, who loves to blitz, to try and contain Greg Ward and keep him inside the pocket. You can see his mobility and his elusiveness. This is a guy that played a little bit of wide receiver early in his career at Houston, and you see that quickness on that play there.
3rd down and 12 for Greg Ward. Empty backfield. 5 receivers. Under pressure, caught for a 1st down. Beautiful throw under a lot of heat, and he hit Brendan Wilson, that defensive back running back.
Yeah, Brent, he normally plays nickel in the slot on defense, but he's getting some looks here early at running back and lined up at wide receiver that time, doing a nice job coming back and making a tough catch.
Very impressive. Now they come back with the run game, and stepping out of bounds is Ward.
The reason Brandon Wilson's out there playing running back a lot too is because of the offense that San Diego State plays with. Brandon Wilson normally lines up in the slot in the nickel, but because you get all the big heavy run looks from the Aztecs, he probably wasn't going to see as many snaps defensively. So this coaching staff, Major Applewhite here, deciding to get one of his best players some touches early. He played a little bit of running back last year. Looks pretty good here today.
2nd down and 10. There's that jet sweep motion, and they hand off to Catalan. It'll be 2nd down.
Ron Smith once again in on the stop for the Aztecs. 3rd and 9. Football at the 14-yard line.
Houston's 2nd possession, threatening against San Diego State, but it's 3rd down and 9. Cougars against the Aztecs. Ward, the Houston quarterback, high, and now decision time for their new coach, Major Applewhite. It is a 4th down. You did not miss much offense. Major Applewhite, of course, named the Houston head coach a short time ago. This is his 1st game. Tom Herman moving on to coach the University of Texas. Applewhite, one time, was a fine quarterback playing for Mac Brown, and congratulations to Grambling. They won that earlier game that you folks were watching. Ty Cummings is the field goal kicker for Houston of the American Conference. First time the conference has played in the Las Vegas Bowl. And Houston strikes first with a field goal. I'm Brett Musburger, pleased to be with you. Jesse Palmer alongside. Kaylee Hartungs down below. Come on back. This is going to be a good one. Welcome back to the Las Vegas Bowl. Houston strikes first. They lead it by a field goal. It's presented by Geico. What a festival we've got for you in the next 2+ weeks. 80 teams. I guess now it's down to 79 teams. There is Greg Ward, the quarterback, and of course, across the way, Rocky Long. He's taken the Aztecs to 7 consecutive bowl games, back-to-back Mountain West championships. Rashad Penny and Juwan Washington are back deep to return this field goal. We're going to get you up to date on the story within the story regarding running back Donnel Pumphrey, where he came into this game, closing in on Ron Dane's record. They've got this running back Penny, and the ball will come out of the 25-yard line. Job for the offensive line coaches, though. They've got to tighten up the seams. Quick throw to the outside. And maybe that'll help them loosen up, because Rashad Penny, Norwalk, California, was the receiver that time. And Jess, let's take a look at today's keys to the game, brought to you by Franklin American Mortgage Company.
Houston's defense, they like to blitz. So San Diego State, they need to be patient, run the ball into the blitz and see if they can gash it and find some explosive plays. And for Houston, no secret here. You have to gang tackle Donnel Pumphrey. Very hard to tackle one-on-one in the open field. They have to have great pursuit on defense to the ball.
2nd down and 6. This is Pumphrey. Squeezes through. It'll be 3rd down and manageable. The young man is from Las Vegas. Went to Canyon Springs High School, which is nearby where we are at Sam Boyd Stadium. He's only 5'9", 180 pounds. You can see how slight he is. That's why he was not recruited by the Pac-12 and the Big 12. They passed over him, but his high school coach stayed in touch with the Aztec coaches, and here he is closing in on Ron Dane's record. He's also a good receiver. As you can see him flex out, 3rd down and 3. Chapman in underneath, and that was Pumphrey as the receiver, and Stephen Taylor, the linebacker, all over him.
And he had great timing on this. It looked like maybe watching it in real time, he might have gotten there early. A little crossing route underneath by Pumphrey, and you see 41 Taylor right when the ball reaches number 19. He's able to make contact, break it up. This Houston Cougar defense has looked really good here early.
Freshman Wilder waits this punt. Fair catch is the signal, and it is made at the 27-yard line. So the Cougars up a field goal, and they'll have the football with their star quarterback Greg Ward taking the snap when he's come back. Here is Greg Ward, final game out of Tyler, Texas. Terrific all-around athlete. 1st down and 10 now. Play action, plenty of time. Strikes in the middle for a big gain on 1st down. Isaiah Johnson, veteran wideout.
A really nice job that time by the offensive line, picking up some of the movement up front from San Diego State. The Aztecs are a defense that love to blitz and bring chaos and confusion, but this young Houston O-line doing a nice job there with their assignments.
Brandon Wilson, who plays a lot of defense, being used as a running back. He caught a pass earlier in this game for a big 1st down on their field goal drive. And here he is, stopped just short of the 1st down.
Short yardage situations for this offense have not been gimmies this year because of their lack of physicality and the lack of the ability to push inside. It's been an adventure at times for the Cougars on offense this season.
Ward, a keeper all the way for a 1st down by the Houston quarterback.
I like the idea there, Brennan. In short yardage scenarios, you get the quarterback run game going, and instead of handing off to the tailback, you use him as an extra blocker, get that +1 advantage. They've done that a lot this season on offense.
Wilson stays as the running back. Just across midfield. 2nd time they've been in Aztec territory. Major Applewhite elevated from offensive coordinator to head coach. He's calling the plays on the sideline. Ward is checked with him. He takes off. And he steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, this Aztecs defense, they need to do better now with their gap integrity on their pass rush. We talk about how they love blitzing. They'll carry about 8 different pressures each and every game, but they've got guys right now getting out of their gaps, and that's allowing Greg Ward to extend the play with his legs. We've seen that a couple times here early in this game.
2nd down and 3. And Ward keeps it, breaks to the 35, and he's got another 1st down for the Cougars.
Major Applewhite, I think, does as good a job as anybody in the country at setting plays up. Early in this game, we've seen Houston throw a couple swing passes. This time, they show the swing pass and then run the quarterback counter. San Diego State not ready for it. 1st down.
At the 34, Ward on the move, fires high, deep, caught at the 2-yard line. What a strike to the freshman Keith Corbin, who's getting a big chance today. He's out of Beaumont, Texas. It's 1st and goal.
This is really where I think Greg Ward's improved this year, is when pocket breaks down, he's able to kind of reset himself in the pocket and find a back shoulder throw.
Ward's going for the end zone. First to score, baby.
Talk about getting that +1 advantage, red zone running, especially down inside the 10-yard line. That's where Greg Ward really shines, using the running back as an extra blocker. That was an impressive drive from Houston. Very balanced drive, too. Had success running the ball and throwing it. It's the explosive throw to Keith Corbin that gets him down there. And in this offense, every time they get an explosive play, they go super tempo, get lined up quickly, try to get the defense on their heels. Nice complementary football. The defense has been lights out. Now the offense pays it off.
Ty Cummings kicked that field goal, adds an extra point. So now it's up to the Aztec offense. They've got to get something going. They are being dominated here early. It's 10-zip. Houston on top. My friends at San Diego State just handed me this dope. Aztecs overcame a 10-point deficit in the Mountain West Championship game 2 weeks ago at Laramie, Wyoming. Not an easy place.
No, they
had already lost. 27-24 the final. So here we go. But they've got to get something going. They're being hammered. Penny, great return man. Got an alley on the outside. Very patient return by him. He's an impressive wrestler. Pumphrey, the deep set eye back. Late shift by Horton, and he got in on him too. Eddie Oliver simply slid over late.
Yeah, outside of Jalen Hurts, the quarterback for Alabama, this guy is the most impactful true freshman in all of college football. Just look how quick he is. He explodes out of his stance. That's his 21st and a half tackle for loss on the season, more than any other freshman defensive player in the country, and right now the Aztecs can't block him.
And Nico Siragusa, who he's working against that left guard, he's a good football player. Just shows you how good this youngster is. Play action, under pressure, complete, but short of the first down.
That's complete.
It's going to be third and short after that catch by David Wells.
That was a fantastic job there by Christian Chapman, just finding a way to negotiate the pass rusher. Just get that football off now to keep third down management. So the entire playbook now open for offensive coordinator Jeff Horton to throw or run the ball.
Aztecs need 3 yards. Pumphrey's got a seam, and he's not going to get it.
Normally in short yardage situations, San Diego State likes to run to the left behind their first team All-American left guard. You were talking about Nico Siragusa, but you see the respect they're giving Ed Oliver. They're running away from him.
So we come to the end of the first quarter. Houston dominating San Diego State. Geico Las Vegas Bowl will continue after these messages and our word from our ABC station. Bowl Mania. 10-zip. Houston Cougars. They held San Diego State to -7 rushing yards. And, of course, Pumphrey looking for the record. It was 108. Now it's 109. He was held to -1. Fair catch is the signal. Right at the 20-yard line. That was Wilder, the freshman.
There's a flag back on the play, Brent. It was Ed Oliver rushing on the punt who made contact with the punter. The question, will this be roughing the kicker?
Running into the kicker. Receiving team, number 10, 5-yard penalty. The result of the penalty is a first down.
That is the first San Diego State first down of this football game.
Here's Ed Oliver, who's made a lot of plays tonight stopping the run. This time just breaks in through the wedge. Just kind of falling down, a little bit out of control, makes a little bit of contact, just enough with the punter. That gives the Aztecs an automatic first down.
Is there such a thing as incidental?
Well, if you get blocked into the kicker, then in the punter, it's not supposed to be.
He never gets blocked into anybody. He already has 2 tackles for a loss, now 21.5 for the season. But let's see if the Aztecs can build on that break. Gives them a first down at the 39-yard line. Christian Chapman, sophomore from Carlsbad, California. And Pumphrey's best run of the day. 40 down that sideline. There's the young man. He was stifled in the first quarter, but he breaks his biggest play of the game in front of his family for 30 yards.
What I think makes him so special is the acceleration, the first 10 yards, and then he's already hit full speed, the ability to make people miss. That was the cornerback, Howard Wilson. You just see how quick Pumphrey and those legs are churning. It's a big run they needed here to electrify and wake up this offense.
A lot of NFL scouts taking a peek at this young man. Can he do things in the slot? Can he be a third down back? Yes, we know he's small, but how about this? Can he play with all of that size and speed at the next level? There's a lot of people who say he can. There's some who say he can't.
I'll tell you, Brent, he's really tough. For a guy that's 5'9", 180 pounds, pound for pound, he might be the toughest running back in the country. His ability running between the tackles, and he's a guy that gets better as the game goes on. I think that's the ultimate compliment you can give a running back. He's shouldered the workload, over 300 carries now each of the last 2 years. It's remarkable for a quote-unquote little guy.
Now Penny, who has replaced him, flares out, pass by Chapman, and that's short of the first down. That was Houston, Parker Houston, hit by Adams. You know, Matthew Adams has been very active in this game. One of the linebackers. The Cougar linebackers are impressive. They can move. And you mentioned what happened to Lamar Jackson in Louisville that night. You were there. I don't think any Heisman Trophy quarterback has ever been sacked 11 times in a college football game.
No doubt.
I just can't believe it.
It's remarkable. Now, what do they do here in this short yardage situation? They normally like to run to the left-hand side, but that's where Ed Oliver is. Do they avoid him again or run right at him?
Play action. They're going to throw for it. Great call. First down at the 11-yard line. David Wells, Jeff Horton, the offensive coordinator, has figured a few things out against this impressive defensive front. What a big-time play call that was.
You're right, Brent, because all the last couple weeks, Houston's been watching the film, short yardage, the Aztecs run to the left-hand side. So you show play action run left, you've got a tight end wide open in Wells down the field. Excellent play call.
So Pumphrey is back in now. Shakes a tackle. And he was out of bounds at the 70-yard line. When the game began, Pumphrey needed 108 to catch and pass Ron Dane. He has now rushed for 36 yards, so he's closing in.
And I like the game plan here by offensive coordinator Jeff Horton, because now you're trying to get number 19 Pumphrey outside the tackles and use that speed to see if you can outflank Houston's defense. Houston has a lot of team speed on that side of the ball, but you see when number 19 gets going, not a lot of guys that can catch him.
Davey, Rashad Penny, it's a long handoff. I'm not sure about a long handoff against this defensive front, but whatever.
It's a good job, Brett, by the defense staying home, because that time the Aztecs had Juwan Washington, number 29, in the game. And when he comes in the game, they like to run jet sweeps. That time, they tried to fake the jet sweep, see if they could get the Houston Cougars out of position, but Houston stayed home. So now in an obvious passing situation, what do you do if you're San Diego State?
That's why you're the analyst. You saw what they were trying to do. Third down and 5, and
got a backup
Donnel's
quarterback in the
saying,
game, Ryan Agnew, number 9.
Yeah, they went with Agnew here. He's going to keep it. Houston ready for the play, and they ate it up on the outside. They did not get the outside defender number. Take a look. Was number 10 involved, or was this 12?
No, this is going to be 81 that's making the play. It was Tyus Bowser. I think the reason Agnew in the play right there, he's a bit of a better runner than Christian Chapman, so you try to sneak him out here on the zone read. But again, Houston doing a good job staying home. Tyus Bowser able to make the play and set up a field goal try.
You know, I thought I saw number 10. Did you see him come flying over the top after he was out of the play?
He's everywhere.
Wow, 23-yard field goal attempt to get him on the board now. Barron, tough hash, nailed it. San Diego State with a field goal, cuts it to 7. Well, John Barron nailed that field goal now. San Diego State saying he's 20 of 22, and that ties the school record. 20 field goals. Low scoring game. I think it closed at about a 51. Opened at a 55 when all the numbers came out in Las Vegas. First down, handoff to Catalan, the running back. And I'm going to tell you, Rocky Long's defense, they're impressive.
Well, they're doing a much better job here in the last couple series, I think, staying in gaps. This is a very good run defense. They're tough to run on. They've got a lot of different movement. The guys stunts and twists up front in the D-line, and with linebackers and safeties blitzing, everybody does a good job staying in their gap, and that's why they're only giving up 111 rush yards a game heading into this one.
Now, can Greg Ward come up with an answer? Brings motion, runs away from it, And the Aztecs were ready. They jumped all over at that time with Alex Barrett.
He's their best defensive lineman, Brent. He's impressive watching him in on film. Really good at the point of attack and shedding blocks in the run game, but he's also an excellent pass rusher. He can pin his ears back, beat a tackle, and get after it. Here's a great opportunity on 3rd and long to get some pressure on Greg Ward. They've got him lined up right now inside a defensive tackle.
Winding down. Ward, they come with a blitz. Second, back at the 21-yard line. That's back-to-back 3 and outs against Coach Long's defense, and I'm telling you, they're standing tall.
Yeah, the offensive line, I think, got confused. They thought the pressure was coming from the right side to the field. You're going to see 2 defenders here on the bottom of the screen. They come free. See how the offensive line slides to the right? And there's Jay Henderson, their middle linebacker, who's been an excellent blitzer all season long, getting the sack. And you're right, Brent. This Aztec defense now, they're coming alive.
Truxton. He's the punt returner. Short punt. Gonna pick it up on a big bounce. 40. Spins and down at the 35. That young man is a good returner. He's made fair catches. He's made good judgments. He saw there was daylight on that big hop, and he went for it.
And it was a bad punt, Brent, by Dane Roy. That punt was supposed to set up to the left side of the field. That's where the coverage unit was running down to. He shanked it off the right side of his foot that time. That helped set up the field position and the punt return now for San Diego, and a huge opportunity here to tie this game up on this drive.
Toss to Pumphrey. Pumphrey's got that edge. And he's got about an 8 or a 9-yard gain. And let's go down to fighter pilot Kaylee Hartog.
Well, Brent, Donnel Pumphrey was 9 years old the first time he stepped on a football field. His dad told me he scored 48 touchdowns in his first season of Pop Warner. That's when his dad knew there was a chance for football to be a big part of his son's future. His mom, Regina, telling me to watch things come full circle to see him on this field in Las Vegas. This is the way it was meant to be for their family, she said.
2nd down and 1. Coming right back with him for the first down.
There's going to be an opportunity here soon, I think, for San Diego State to try and take a play-action shot deep down the field. They're lining up in these run-heavy looks, and Houston's got 10 guys on defense close to the line of scrimmage. And Micah Holder, number 6 at wide receiver, he's their best deep threat. He's a guy that has the speed to get behind DBs. Would surprise me here soon at some point if San Diego State tries to get a shot play down the field.
Handed off, breaks a tackle, another first down and out of bounds. So after being bottled up in the first quarter, Donnel Pumphrey has come alive. He, I believe, was at -4 yards in this game after the first quarter. Now he's plus 58. So this is a 62-yard second quarter.
Pretty interesting, too. You see Pumphrey coming out. The running backs sub each other out. It's not the coaches that make the decisions. It's Donnel Pumphrey and Rashad Penny that kind of give each other the look when a guy needs a blow, needs to get on the sideline.
Pumphrey taps the side of his helmet. Penny told me he waves his fingers. This is Penny's bottled up. The offensive lineman was jammed, and play was just exploded after that. So we got time counting down here in the first half, 2:39. 13 points on the board. Houston up by 7. First time that a team from Texas has played in the Vegas Bowl in its glittering 25-yard year history. Beast mode, Marshawn Lynch. Handed off, Penny. 15. Thrown out of bounds at the 11-yard line by Howard Wilson.
And I think with that run, Brent, San Diego State becomes the first team in FBS history to have a 2,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard rusher. Talk about the success they've had all year long. We talk a lot about Pumphrey, and with good reason. His backup, Rashad Penny, he's no slouch either. I think he's a guy that's going to have a future playing on Sundays, too.
Great kick return, man. We ask him who would win 100 meter dash between you and Donnel. He said, I would. He said, it might be me 40. He said, but I'm pulling away in the end.
Time resumed, 3rd and 6.
Got Donnel Pumphrey here in the slot down low.
Got to throw quickly, and he does for a first down on a slant to you-know-who was not on the field the last time. They're saying incomplete on it, so hang on.
We talked about how good of a receiver Donnel Pumphrey is and his versatility in this offense. Critical 3rd down.
The ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down.
Looked like Donnel had it on the slant from up here. We were, of course, looking from behind him. Just take a closer look.
Yeah, they had the matchup they wanted. They had him one-on-one with a safety, and at that point there, it looks like he has possession of the football. To me, that looked like a catch.
I know the catch, and he was bobbling and coming over the top, but
right there.
He's got the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got it tucked in his right arm, too. Yeah, you see there, maybe it kind of comes out.
He didn't control it to the ground.
That's right. It's got to be complete and continuous control all the way through the process.
Good job by the Conference USA officials out on the field. That was Garrett Davis, by the way, the defensive back. Here's Barron again, the record holder. Knocked it down. That's 21 field goals for him. And they closed to within 4, 16 first-half points. And it is the Aztec fans who are on their feet across the way applauding. Big fella was shaken up. 10-6, Houston leads it, though. Stay tuned for the Buick halftime report. Stan Verrett, along with Joey Galloway, Danny Cannell, coming your way.
Coach, your defense brought pressure, but so did Houston's. What adjustments did your offense make to build some momentum in that second quarter?
Well, I think our offense wasn't quite ready for the speed that Houston has, especially in their front 7. Those guys are slanting and moving real quick, and we weren't getting a piece of them, and they were hitting our backs in the backfield. I think we've adjusted, and we got a little bit better in the second quarter.
What's the most important message to relay to your team at the half?
Well, it's to keep doing what we did in the second quarter, not what we did in the first quarter.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Houston with that lone touchdown in this game and a field goal. Champions of the American, and they lead San Diego State 10-6. The Aztecs rallied in the second quarter, Jess.
It's really been a game, though, of 2 quarters, and I think both defenses right now playing at a pretty high level. To start, it was Houston's defense that came out on fire, and it just looked to me like they were playing one step faster than San Diego State on offense. A lot of blitzing. They were able to get penetration into the backfield, making tackles behind the line of scrimmage. This defense opened the game with 5 straight 3-and-outs, but in the second half, San Diego State got their Heisman candidate, Donnel Pumphrey, going and running to the outside, using that speed outside of the tackle box. He wasn't always getting great blocks, but I think that quickness and that lateral agility was able to spring him for some big plays for this offense. It's been a pretty clean game so far. Neither team has turned the ball over yet, only 1 penalty each apiece, but because of how well these defenses are playing, I think whichever offense here can generate the most explosive plays will take home the Las Vegas Bowl win here in the second half.
And so our first half stats are brought to you by Geico. This is the first time in the last 13 road or neutral site games that San Diego State has trailed at the half. You've got to go back to 2015 at Happy Valley against Penn State. That's the last time they trailed at the intermission, but they're only down 4 here with the second half kickoff. That's Wilson coming out for the Cougars, trying to get a right return and a good one. Out of bounds, short of the 35-yard line. Let's check it down below now with Kaylee.
Well, Brent, it's good but different. Major Applewhite told me as he went on to explain the difficulties of calling this game from the sidelines. He is, of course, still calling the offensive plays for this team in his head coach capacity, but he's been accustomed to doing it upstairs from the coach's booth throughout this season. He says the last time he was on the sidelines calling a game was 2013 in his offensive coordinator capacity at the University of Texas. He says he wants to see his team do better on first and second down when they've got the ball. They've put themselves in too many difficult situations on third down where it's too hard to convert.
And Duke Catalan with a good first down run, so it'll be a little more manageable.
Yeah, that's a good start right there, Brent and Kaylee, and that's what they've got to do. They've got to get back to having some success running the football. Only 26 rushing yards in the first half. They've got to be more physical up front.
Catalon flares for a little screen pass on the outside. Got the first down for the Cougars.
Well, I like that play call because it's basically the extension of a sweep running play to the outside. You just spit it outside wide. You've got some linemen out in front getting a block, and it's going to be important. They're able to get this ground game going a little bit more here with Duke Catalon and Brandon Wilson right now, the converted DB who's back in at running back.
They close in on midfield with their opening drive of the second half. High and picked up at the 35 by Cameron Kelly, and that San Diego defense with 23 interceptions this year, 26 forced turnovers.
Yeah, that's most in the nation with respect to the takeaways. Remember, Cameron Kelly dropped that gimme interception in the first half. A little retribution here. Throw a little bit too far out in front from Greg Ward, and he makes the difficult catch. Look at this job stretching out. Great ball skills here, plucking the ball midair. Phenomenal job with the concentration. San Diego State had all the momentum there in the second half heading into halftime, and with that takeaway, we talked about this being a clean game. Their defense makes the first big stop here in the second half.
Pumphrey with 58 yards, closing in on Ron Dane. He's the I-back. Draw play, middle opens. And he's out to the 31. Garrett Davis spots him down.
The amazing thing, when you think about the fact he already has over 2,000 yards this year. Number one, this is not an up-tempo offense. They huddle, they bleed the clock. It's pro style, so they're not ripping off 80, 90 snaps a game like a lot of other offenses, and it hurts his carries. Secondly, he's sharing the rock with Rashad Penny, another 1,000-yard rusher. And still, Pumphrey has been as productive as he's been all season. It's just remarkable.
Quick throw. Reaching for the first down is Holder. And looks like the line judge may give him the spot on this one.
One guy we haven't talked a lot about too, Brent, is quarterback Christian Chapman, only a sophomore for San Diego State. I really like watching him play this year. He's a good game manager. He's not the biggest quarterback in the country at 6 feet, 200 pounds. Doesn't have the strongest arm, but he's very efficient because he makes good decisions. If things aren't open downfield, he checks it down. He can take off running. He's only thrown 6 picks this season. It's a very good complement to what they do in the running game. He's helped keep this offense on schedule.
Play action. Gotta get rid of it. What a catch! Twisting at the sideline, Donnel Pumphrey. Oh my goodness.
And there's an example there of Christian Chapman with the awareness of where his outlet receiver is. He wanted to go to the left with this. He had to cut back. Gives Pumphrey a back shoulder throw, one-handed grab with the left arm. Did he get that foot down in time? Check this out again. He gets elevated. Catch in the left hand. Which foot touches first? Yeah,
yep.
It's the left one first. That's a catch.
26 yards in NFL. Take note. That's a third down back play right there. That's big time. First down and 10. Comes up the middle, cuts back. Look out! Headed for the end zone. Donnel Pumphrey, 32 yards. Needs 108. Pop's loving it. Underdog bites back. All week long at the South Point, there was Houston money showing. The underdog is howling in Vegas. John Barron tacks on the extra point, and San Diego State enjoying its first lead of the 25th Vegas Bowl. When he gets a seam, he explodes. Stronger than you might think for his size. Shed that defender. Now, it's Houston's turn to answer. The rest of the matchups that we're enjoying, including this one. And for Pumphrey, a 26-yard catch and a 32-yard TD run, 62nd career rushing TD, 9th all-time in the NCAA. Now, those of you who want to read more about this young man, I happen to catch this on .com, ESPN.com. Mark Schlabach has a wonderful column up there on Donnel Pumphrey, and I urge you to go read it. It's the best I've read about Pumphrey all season long, and I want to give credit because I learned a lot of things about his career, and of course Ron Dane's record he's going to break. And in fairness to Dane, we should point out that bull rushing yards did not count during Dane's career at Wisconsin. I'm not trying to take anything away from Pumphrey, but Mark reminded me of that this morning. But this young man, this is awesome, and Jess, I honestly think he could be a third down back at the next level.
There's no doubt about it. I think this is a guy that's always been overlooked. He's always been doubted because of his size. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people on Sunday. He's a guy that, in my opinion, can carry the ball a couple times in between the tackles, too, and have a bigger impact for an offense.
So Catalon on the field for Houston. Quick pass to him, and he's down at the 25-yard line. Smith.
Houston now has to pick it up on offense. Their last two drives have ended in interceptions, and this ball-hawking defense from the Aztecs, they've got to beat on Greg Ward right now. They continue to blitz him and try and put him under duress, and Greg Ward now, he's got to dial in and be a lot more pinpoint accurate.
Second and 10. Still waiting for someone to break, and he's a terrific runner. So he picks up a first down, scrambling for the Cougars.
Well, San Diego State that time, they got a little bit greedy and got out of their gaps. Kyle Kelly, number 59, was responsible for the middle of the field. He jumped up in the air trying to knock a pass down. That opened up the crease for Ward to take off.
From the 37-yard line with an empty backfield, quick pass. 9 yards. Bonner.
So if I'm Greg Ward now, I'm not throwing at DeMonte Casey. We know that. So I'd be working the slot with Linnell Bonner on the right and the left, and work to the right side of the field outside versus the cornerback 17, Ron Smith. He's the guy that offenses have tried to attack this year in the Mountain West Conference.
Ran into his own man. On a cutback, reaches for the first down.
A bit of a mix-up on that play, wasn't there? I think either Greg Ward went the wrong way. The offensive line was blocking left. That's the way Duke Catalon ran as well. And Greg Ward, lucky he was able to go generate that first down.
Catalon lost on that play.
This offensive line has just never been able to help establish the inside zone play in the running game for Houston. That's really the bread and butter play for this offense they've never had. They're only 289 pounds across the board on average. They don't get a lot of movement. This offensive line needs to improve next year.
Pump fake. Now comes in underneath. And that was Bonner again, so he's going to the veteran from Houston.
I like the idea, too, because here in the third quarter, they've gotten 15 now more involved. He's been their most explosive playmaker, receiver. He's getting a lot more touches.
3rd and 2. Intercepted. Headed for the end zone is Ron Smith. Pick 6. More interceptions than any defense in the country. And right now putting on a clinic.
Fantastic job of film study and recognition by formation here by Ron Smith on 3rd and short, anticipating the quick wide receiver screen. He's able to split the receivers. Look, nobody blocks him. He runs right by 2 Houston Cougars, and the guy that's been picked on in the secondary all season long for San Diego State comes up with a massive pick 6. This defense now in the last 3 possessions, 3 INTs.
And the last one went for 6 points. The winners of the Mountain West in each of the last 2 years. They now lead the favored Houston Cougars by 10. This is Hello Enzo. All right, we got a minute left in the 3rd quarter. Bobbled into the end zone and going to be down there for a touchback. First down and never seen it like that. First down and 10 now. Greg Ward. Well, he has been shaken. So here's Catalon shakes a tackle headed to the outside where he's run out of bounds.
Give this defense credit.
That's Smith who got him out, Jess, after that pick six.
We've talked about how good they've been with respect to ball hawking in the secondary, and what, 25 interceptions now, and part of it's a shutdown corner and Casey on one side, but with all the pressures, they can force quarterbacks to have to be accurate under duress, and it's been tough tonight for Ward.
Quick strike goes for a couple of yards.
As a defense, everyone talks about Houston's defense and Ed Oliver kind of coming into this one. I think all week long, San Diego State may have felt a little bit disrespected. They've been one of the best defenses in the country as well. Done a great job stopping the run. They're aggressive, and you've seen today how good their secondary is.
3rd down and 5 for Ward and the Cougars. And final seconds tick away on quarter number 3. San Diego State has rallied to take a 10-point lead. They have shut out Houston since the first quarter. Geico Las Vegas Bowl continues after these messages and a word from our ABC station.
Moments ago on the sidelines for San Diego State, we saw this altercation between Sergio Phillips and Alex Barrett. But as they call it, it's a brotherhood here at San Diego State. And sometimes, as one member of the staff told me, brothers fight. These two guys known to be particularly hard on one another, known to go at it in practices. This, just an example of that, Brett. No one here with any level of concern, as you can see by those handshakes and hugs afterwards.
Yeah, they came out buddies again. And they face a 3rd and 5 starting the money quarter, and Ward not going to risk another interception. He's going to scramble for the first down.
Gap integrity. They just got to do a better job when they're blitzing. They got to make sure all the holes up front are plugged. There's been a couple times now in the last couple drives where the interior D lineman, that time it was Sergio Phillips, not doing his job, and that allows Greg Ward to get out.
Well, at the 36-yard line on 1st and 10. Catalan outside, throwing for a loss. Coming up was Smith, Malik Smith. Now Ron Smith, of course, an interception in this game.
This offense has just been stymied. Remember, scored 10 points in the first quarter, and they've been blanked ever since.
There's Wilson. I got pitch to him behind a blocker, and they're not back to the original line of scrimmage. This is a big 3rd down coming up here for Houston. Baldwin,
so if you're
the linebacker, got there.
And if you're San Diego State right here, you just got to keep telling yourself, whether we blitz Greg Ward or we don't, keep him inside the pocket. Don't run by him. Plug the holes up front. Do not let him get outside.
Running away from the pressure and going to get taken down. Inside the 30-yard line, Kyle Kelly, 59, senior from Irvine, California, was all over the quarterback that time, and that forces a Houston punt.
I love the idea by head coach and defensive coordinator Rocky Long adding speed to the pressure mix that time. It was DeMonte Casey at cornerback coming off the edge, pursuing the play from the backside. They bring pressures from all over the yard. They've been doing it all year long, every year under Rocky Long. Big reason why the last 3 years, this defense has only given up 19 points a game.
The 29-yard line, and down at the 30 is Truxton Worthy, 1st and 10. All right. When you come back, the story within the story. Mr. Pumphrey, 97 yards. Needs 11 to break the record. Bo Jackson, Marshall Faulk, Marcus Allen, Herschel Walker, LaDainian Tomlinson, Archie Wood, Charles White, Tony Dorsett, Ricky Williams. Donnel Pumphrey has passed all of them. Total rushing yards. 1 to go. Needs 11 yards to pass Ron Dane. Here we go. The toss to him. Can he get the edge? Gonna try. He's got it. Record time. Donnel Pumphrey smashes the record. They'll take that football off the field. A 15-yard run establishes the new record. And you could see his patience, his vision. He was dominated in the first quarter if you just joined us. But he has come roaring back to play action. Gonna fire to the wide open receiver. Touchdown, Aztecs. Curtis Anderson. They jump him. It's a 28-yard strike. I cannot tell you how well this coaching staff has performed for San Diego State.
Love the play call by Jeff Horton on a sudden change situation. That's often a time that you want to take a shot. We talked about this earlier. Houston's defense, look at all the bodies close to the line of scrimmage. They're expecting run, especially down by 10 points. And there's the play action shot they needed. Curtis Anderson doing a nice job on the stock post. Major Applewhite can only look on.
Remember, Jess, in the first half, I told you about an anonymous source who said we're going to find out who's more important. A stabilized coaching staff that's been together for a number of years, or a group of better athletes. And right now, the coaches are headed for a victory. That's Anderson's first touchdown reception of the season. Here we go now. Houston, Wilson from the 9. Breaks to the 30. Cuts back 40. Great return. Now 8:47. Trailing it after San Diego State has put up 27 unanswered points. Diving reception across midfield by Isaiah Johnson.
And this is what Houston's offense needs right now. Now it's, you need chunks of yardage in the passing game. You got to start pushing the football down the field. You're going to stay away from Casey up top, number 23. You got to work other spots on the field if you're Greg Ward.
Catalan. In trouble. He turned back the other way, and there was a defender who just ate him up.
Yeah, it's the middle linebacker, Jay Henderson. He's done a nice job this year replacing an injured middle linebacker in Randy Ricks, who was lost for a turf toe for the season. Really good blitzer. Just watch how he holds his point. He's smart. He doesn't run past Greg Ward. He stays level with the quarterback so that when he peels out on the scramble, Henderson's there to make the play.
Well, Jess, you like to say second in California. That's pretty good against San Diego State here. Back to the original line of scrimmage is Dunbar, Stephen Dunbar.
Now imperative this offensive line is able to hold up against the pressure and the blitz packages and try and give Greg Ward some time here to survey the field. Hasn't been easy in the second half. Picked off 3 times. Where does Rocky Long decide to dial up the pressure here?
Here comes the blitz. He shakes free, but nothing doing. There is a flag.
There was a tackle that time by the left guard, Mason Denley. There was a blitzer coming through. I think it was Jay Henderson again, and this time the left guard just pretty much tackled him to the ground. It had to.
Holding. Offense, number 72. The penalty is declined.
Make it 4th down and 10.
Again, I think Linnell Bonner, 15, I think he's the guy in the slot here if you're Greg Ward. They got him lined up closest to the right tackle. He's in a position that he could work the right or left side of the field. That's where your attention needs to be, I think, if you're the Aztec defense.
Here they come again. There's the flag. I was waiting for it to come. It looked like the defensive back was a little bit too tight on the receiver. Let's see how it unfolded over there.
Interesting. Casey's the guy they've been avoiding all game long.
No, they're waving it off.
4th down. They go after their bbest corner on an out route by Dunbar.
So that wasn't a flag over there. Let me take a second look at that. Timeout. Donnel Pumphrey, needing 108 yards, has now rushed for 115, breaking Ron Dayne's all-time rushing record. That was the record-breaking play right there. Malia, his little daughter, out to congratulate Daddy. How sweet is that? And then the class man that he is, Ron Dayne. And Jess, I know you know well.
Yeah, he's a class act, and no surprise there, offering his congratulations and the hashtag greatest of all time.
Now here's Penny, and he has become a story. He may have been thrown for a little bit of a loss here. The story is he became a 1,000-yard rusher during the 2000 Donnell, and he has given it back with a couple of losses. Let me check what Penny has rushed for now. He still needs a yard to get it. So it's 2nd down and 10. And I'm sure the coaches are aware of what that situation is, and this game well under control right now at 6:20. They're going to make sure that Penny gets the 1,000. So here we go, 2nd down and 10. That was a tough yard or two.
I got to tell you what, if you're San Diego State offensively spinning this thing forward and looking ahead, yeah, you're going to lose Pumphrey to the National Football League. You still got to feel really good with your running back stable. With Rashad Penny coming back next year, he'll be a senior. Then Juwan Washington, number 29, I think will be the guy that helps spell him. They've just been loaded at the running back spot. Good job by Rocky Long and the staff recruiting.
I want to congratulate California, the athletic administration, and also Stanford. California went down to San Diego State this year. Stanford's going down next year. It's a home and home. And congratulations, Penny is now over 1,000 yards. There's Penny picking up a few more yards.
I think spinning ahead to next year, they're trying to look for that schedule you talked about, right? They're going to play Arizona State next year. They're going to play Stanford. They've really kind of pumped up and beefed up that non-conference schedule. And I want to tell people at home, whether it's because they play on the West Coast and a lot of late-night kicks, a lot of people don't watch this team play. This has been consistently one of the best Group of 5 programs in the country for years now that has gone under the radar. And I think they're going to have an opportunity next year and the years to come with this schedule to make some more noise.
Fair catch made at the 10-yard line. 5 minutes remaining. Well, we showed you a little Kaylee Hartung, our fighter pilot, okay? The Thunderbirds out of the Nellis Air Force Base. What a thrill it is for someone to ride in the jet. Look at this now, okay? Look at that pressure. Hanging on. Look at
she's laughing at what she's doing.
5.7 G's on that takeoff, guys.
You look comfortable, Kaylee. You've got your arms spread out. You look like you're in a recliner.
Well, my pilot, Thunderbird 8, Captain Eric Gonzalez, took great care of me. All of the folks as a part of the Thunderbird team made me feel so comfortable in terms of understanding the experience my body was going to go through.
Kaylee, did you lose breakfast up there, dear? I gotta know.
Okay, so Brent, here's the deal. You know, they say the 2 questions you get asked after you go in an F-16 is 1, did you get sick? And 2, did you pull 9 Gs? My answer to both is yes. After I pulled 9.3 Gs, yes, there was a brief moment of weakness.
Rite of passage, Kaylee.
I talked to one of the pilots, okay? And he had strong things to say about Kaylee's performance. But he said, we weren't coming down. She lost breakfast. So there we go, 1st down and 10 now. And the quarterback who's had a tough afternoon, Greg Ward, is sacked by Lackalaka. That's the 5th sack of this game.
It's a really impressive performance here. Really, from the 2nd quarter on, San Diego State has been so dominant, I think, in all 3 facets of the game.
2nd down and 18. Oh, that's a 6th sack inside the 10-yard line.
There it again, number 58. What a fitting way to end his college career, too. This is a common theme for Houston on offense. Greg Ward getting peeled off the ground. He's taken a lot of shots, has shown tremendous toughness. I'm curious to see where Greg Ward's future is going to be on Sundays next year.
Well, they might make him a playmaker on the outside.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think he's open to that. We talked to him about whether or not you're going to play quarterback or not, or you want
like
to.
that.
Yeah, he looks like he's a bit shaken up in that throwing shoulder again. It's been bugging him so much this year, really since Oklahoma.
High percentage in underneath. And this will make a 4th down coming up. Wilson, the running back. Yeah, it's been a tough day for Ward. 6 sacks, 3 interceptions on this game. Here's your 4th down. Sacks. Munson, he's had a monstrous game.
I think really the senior class here, this is 18 seniors playing that have been a part of 3 conference championships, the most successful era since they've been in D1 football. And I think you got to be happy. All of these seniors seem to be having big games here. The final time they play together as Aztecs, fitting a way for them to end their collegiate careers. Pumphrey, Munson, Barrett, Casey, all these guys.
This is a huge win for the Mountain West Conference. Pac-12 did not have enough teams bowl eligible, so the committee went outside and able to bring a quality opponent in Houston, a team that had upset Oklahoma and Louisville this year, and now the Mountain West showing that they can do it. And Washington. But our Capital One player of the game is Donnel Pumphrey with the record run that moves him ahead of the legends of the game. And remember, he was minus yardage at the end of the first quarter. He was dominated by the Cougars, and then the coaching staff adjusted. So did Pumphrey.
And he
congratulations.
earned it, didn't he? Because listen, this is statistically the 3rd best run defense in the nation.
Yeah.
With an All-American playing a nose guard. No easy task, no easy feat. You got to give it, give the credit. They earned that record here today. Solid performance.
Breaking free, trying to get the edge, and he's thrown down. Washington again.
It's a statement win, I think, by San Diego State. You mentioned the Mountain West Conference, but for San Diego State
Houston
to be in that discussion, the other great Group 5 programs.
If they build that new stadium, this Vegas Bowl undoubtedly will move there too. It will take a few years, of course, to get that construction done. But Las Vegas is a great sports city. Touchdown, Aztecs. They punch it in. Washington that time. Pulling away easily. 43 total points here. But it is still fairly low scoring. Vegas Bowl. Adding the extra point. Well, Rocky Long, veteran coach, 7 straight bowl games and back-to-back bowl victories. He went over to Hawaii last year. And I'm guessing the bath felt a little bit better in Hawaii than it did here on a chilly day in Las Vegas. But congratulations to Rocky and his quality coaching staff. They did an outstanding job in this football game. And Santa, to you, lad, Merry Christmas.
I'm just gonna get up for
111. So the disappointed Houston fans filed out of the stadium. Wilson. And he is down. So with this win, the Mountain West Conference will be 2-0. New Mexico and now San Diego State. So congratulations to the Lobos down there in Albuquerque and San Diego State. And there is interception number 4. Kelly with his second of the game. That young man has more than atoned for the one he dropped in the first half. And I'm sure now that the Aztecs will simply take the victory formation and wrap up their 34-10 victory here in the 25th annual. That was Bobby Houck, the special teams coach, shaking coach's hand. All 4 of their interceptions today, by the way, came in the second half of this football game. And that gives them 26 for the season.
Very fitting way to end the game for the Aztecs defense. Outstanding all year long. Certainly here in the last 3 quarters. Tell you what, holding Houston about 254 total yards. It's no easy task.
San Diego State captures the 25th Las Vegas Bowl. And along with it, Donnel Pumphrey sets a new standard for career rushing yards. Major Applewhite, the new head coach at Houston, will regroup with a new coaching staff next season and see what the Cougars can come up with. They've still got a lot of quality football players. Major's a good recruiter. I'm sure they'll bounce back in the American Conference. And the star of stars is with Kaylee. Let's go down below.
Donnel, you are college football's all-time leading rusher. You break the record in your hometown of Las Vegas. How do you put into words what this accomplishment means to you?
It means the world to me. Just to be able to do this in Las Vegas and in front of all my friends and family is just, it means the world to me. And I'm just so blessed right now, man. I don't even know what to say. I'm just excited.
108 was the magic number of yards you needed today to break.
Thank you, baby.
You knew the number was 108. How do you describe your mentality coming into this game knowing what you needed?
I mean, our coaches did a great job for getting us ready for this game, and my offensive line, they took care of business, and from that point on, I was able to hit the holes, and our offensive coaches, they called the right plays, and from that point on, I was just trying to hit the holes.
What do we need to understand about the support all of these guys behind you gave you on this road?
I mean, they're the best. I mean, the greatest of all time right here, and I'm just blessed to be part of this team, and I'm just happy.
Both your parents and your daughter Malia here today. We saw an embrace and a kiss with her on the sidelines. What role has she played in motivating you to this moment?
She's been the #1 fan for me, and even my family members. I mean, they just keep inspiring me, and they're my motivation every day. They're my why.
We saw the work you did on the field, but what do we need to understand about the work you did off the field that prepared you for this?
Oh, you got to be the hardest worker in order to get to this point. I mean, it doesn't just happen on the field. It starts at practice and preparation.
You think about the names you've passed: LaDainian Tomlinson, Ricky Williams, Ron Dane. Now your name sits atop of that list. When do you think that will hit you?
It hit me once I broke you. That's what it hit me. 'Cause, I mean, and you see I didn't go back in the game because I wanted that one. So I'm just happy.
So after that touchdown run, you had Dad, get in here.
You got coach right here.
Greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. Imagine that. It's huge. Congratulations.
And now mom and his little daughter coming out, join the celebration on the field. And it was just great moments here in Vegas Bowl history. The youngster comes back home and breaks the all-time rushing record. Canyon Springs High School, not too far from here. And Pumphrey and San Diego State rallied to beat Houston 34-10. The final score. I want you to stay tuned now for the ESPN3 post-game trophy ceremony presented by Capital One. Stan Verrett, Joey Galloway, Danny Cannell, They'll get you updated right after these messages coming your way from our ABC station. So long, everybody.